Hi, everybody. This is Anne-Sophie, and I am the founder of She's a Changemaker, which is going to be growing into a global media and training empire for women who are born to become change makers and lead movements that really spread love and change lives with their work. What I do is really around being confident, clear, and feeling on fire as you're showing up to what you're here to do. So if you're catching this video live, tell me that you're here. If you're watching the replay, comment at any point. I always come back to my videos to engage and make sure that I can respond to your questions and your comments. I want to take a second today, a few minutes, to just share why being you is really the most crucial, important thing you can do for your business. First of all, when you say your business, the first part of that is your business, which means it has to be designing according to who you are. Ultimately, how you do what you do, there's multiple ways to do it. If you take any problem, it has multiple solutions. But there is only one version of you who can do this. And if you don't truly step into the version of you who's meant to be the change she wants to see in her world, you're going to end up creating a business that doesn't feel like home. And so earlier today, I was talking to a really well-established entrepreneur, and she's doing a whole rebrand. In fact, I know of a few people doing whole rebrands because they ended up building a business that was successful and great, but it wasn't the business that felt like home. So, when you end up not being truly you and getting seduced by the strategy, getting seduced by the great business model, then you end up, it's kind of like trying to fit into somebody else's jeans. It's not yours. They're not yours. So the number one thing that you can do is really truly be you. And just remember this. I'm going to keep this super short. You cannot do your changemaker work until you become your changemaker self. You just can't. So, on a personal note, personal story. In August of 2015, I got a brain injury. A concussion, which is truly a brain injury. And even right now, today, I still have some symptoms. It's been many, many months, and still it's impacting me. And at that point, I was wanting to do my changemaker work, but I wasn't being my changemaker self. I had a lot of the right elements in place, but in my day-to-day life, I was rushing, buzzing, trying to be everything to everyone, and ignoring myself. Sadly, when you ignore yourself, what happens? Well, you can't show up for you. So I wasn't showing up for me properly, not in the way I meant. I kept talking about it, but I was not fully doing it. So, of course, did I pay? Yes. I mean, the concussion, the brain injury, what happened, the biggest gift in that was that I lost by losing the luxury to ignore myself. Hi, Noelle, nice to see you. By losing the luxury to ignore myself, I had to realize that how much I wasn't being me and how much I had been building a business that I couldn't feel at home in. And I wasn't being able to be a success in that past business because it wasn't mine. It wasn't my dream. I was trying to use somebody else's strategy, somebody else's way of doing things that didn't fit with me. So how you do things matters, absolutely. But you have to become the person who can do it. Hey, Tanya, nice to see you. You have to become the person who names and claims and then can create her own version of a business, her own version of success, her own version of the sweetest kind of programs that are meant for you and the people whose life you're meant to change. But you can't do that unless you become you. And that's, I swear, the biggest challenge for most people, being confident at being you. And only you can do that, but definitely what I've learned as somebody who coaches people on becoming the version of themselves that they're meant to be, becoming the change maker you're born to be so you can do your change maker work. I know that I and other people, we can create the situation, the environment to facilitate that empowerment. And I find I studied women's studies, so, which is women's empowerment work. And this is one thing I learned is that nobody can empower somebody for them. I cannot give you your power. You cannot give it to someone else. And in the coaching world, sometimes you hear people talk about, I'm an empowerment coach. I empower other people. I'm I can't do that for you. But I can help you do that for yourself by being a mirror, by sharing the truth, by helping see the untruths, by helping see, what's being left underneath the stone and avoided, all that stuff, right? And so Noelle says, I think that the thing that most people miss being themselves, yeah, they miss being themselves. And so what happens when we miss being ourselves? We miss out on our own life. We miss out on the opportunities that are actually meant for us, should we just show up. And that's the scariest part. Like, it really, truly is the scariest part, to feel like you can stand there naked and free, just saying, here I am. This is me. Warts and all. Or big heart and all. And this is the thing. The fear usually comes from being judged, or being afraid that somebody else is going to judge you. Somebody is going to, not like who you are, but whatever. Like, I live in a city. You live wherever you live. And there's going to be people, in your everyday life who love you. And some people are like, well, I like you, but you're not meant for me. Like, whatever. We're not meant to be everybody's best friend, nor are we meant to be everybody's teacher or everybody's number one service provider and coach. Like, we're not. However, we are meant to be that for certain people. And, I love to think about, yes, there are people whose life you're meant to change. But first, the first step to that, you can't do that unless you become unignorable to yourself. You have to stop ignoring who you are, and you have to learn to show up for yourself 1,000 times every day. Like, it takes thousands of small, tiny choices every day to recommit. Am I being me? Am I being me? And it's not about being the you you've known either. It's becoming the version of you you're meant to be. It's about becoming the change maker you're meant to become. The person who already has had that impact. The person who already has accomplished the big vision, the person who's already implemented the mission, the person who's already worked with the amazing colleagues she's had, the person who's already sat on Oprah's couch, that's where you want to go. You have to become that version of you. And at the same time, know that you're already enough today. So it's such a paradox. It's a massive paradox of being you and becoming you all at the same time. But at the same time, that's the sweet spot, because when you can be in that place of feeling grounded and connected, and your heart is open, and you just trust that you just trust that you're in the right place in the right time. Everything's working out for you. Even the delays on the calendar are actually perfect. That everything is just magically on track for you to be who you are. Then you can make a powerful choice in the way that you operate in your day-to-day. You can have discovery calls with people and feel, completely detached from, am I the right person for them or not? But really go into the highest good for yourself and for them. Really connect to both who they need to be, who they're in the process of journeying and becoming, and same for you. Ultimately, designing your business, designing your website, your messaging, and really doing the marketing has to do with who you are first. And this is an unavoidable piece, people, like unavoidable. You can build a successful business without it. You can, but you may not like it. Like I said earlier in the slide, like I've talked to a few different very, very successful people who've had to go through big pivots because their soul was no longer on board. They're like, fuck, I built something that's like a monster now. It's not an empire. If you want to build an empire that all of you likes, you got to resonate with it from the present, but also with your future self, your change maker, you. So that said, I'll be coming back again, doing some more lives around this, because that is really an area that I'm focusing on, helping women become the change maker version of themselves by being clear about who they are, what they're meant to do, name and claim your purpose, your vision, your mission, like really do it. And then like, what is the way that you're supposed to be connecting with people? What is that visibility platform, that change maker platform? And all of that is connected to your identity. It really is connected to who you are. The breakthroughs that most people are waiting for, they're not to do with having a better plan. They're really to do with being a better you. That's really all it is. And it sounds really simple to say, but the most powerful work usually happens in the simplest ways. The stuff that has the biggest impact, it's not complicated, but it's just one big thing. One lever that you shift, that shifts everything else. And it really, really does honestly start with you. So I hope you love this video. If you have questions, comments, please leave them here for me. I will be coming back. Again, my name's Anne-Sophie Dumetz. You can find me at AnneSophieDumetz.com. I am running currently a challenge called the Awaken the Changemaker Within Adventure Challenge, where we dive into some of those pieces in a little bit more depth around your vision, around who is that person whose life you're meant to change. How are you meant to reach them? Their visibility. What is the message, the core diamond aspect, the element of your message that really is going to make you shine and resonate with your tribe? and also some of those identity pieces. So if you're interested in that, you can totally just head to my website and join at any time. You'll be able to walk through the different steps of this, the challenge. No, and Noelle says, not what you do, just be you. Yes, just be you. And this is, and on that note, Noelle, thanks for pointing that out, is also about unbecoming who you're not. You have to stop being who you're not. And that's probably the flip side of, yeah, just be you. Easy to say, but how can I not be who I've become? That's not me. So it's kind of mindfuck to say it that way, but it really is about that. And just unapologetically, just doing it every single day, learning to say no to others so you can say a more powerful yes to yourself consistently. From that place, you're going to build a freaking powerful business. You're going to become the powerhouse who can build the powerhouse business. And that's, if that's your goal, you know, if you really want to have a great impact in the world, make big ripples of change in the world, then you have to become that change maker. Your change maker work cannot happen unless you become your change maker self. Period. Challenge me on this, people. Like, honestly, this is so true. Having lived the opposite, I know, and I think some of you do know too. And if you can resonate with this, let me know. So again, you can head to my website if you want to join the challenge. I'm also going to be opening up a beta course of an initial run of this program around really being a change maker. I'm still naming it. I'm thinking Change Maker U with the letter U. And it's around really awakening the different 7 key elements of really stepping and embodying the leader within, that change maker within, and really getting clear about all of them and having some step-by-step elements, because it's easy to talk about this stuff. Totally easy, super fun, great to do it with a glass of wine and a coffee or whatever, but the implementation is really where the rubber meets the road. And I find that the greatest work that I can do with people is around helping people get unconfused, unapologetic, also unignorable, all those uns, and also helping them, like, I become an empowerment ass kicker, where I create the circumstances for you to kick your own ass into being empowered. So it's really fun, intuitive type coaching. But the you that you seek is still in the action of becoming you. It's not in the writing about becoming you. It's not in the envisioning and the dreaming. It's in the action of becoming you. So I hope this has ignited something powerful. Thank you for being here live or on the replay. Connect with me. I'm here to support you and in your journey. And no matter where you are in this journey, you're still on it, which is an amazing step in and of itself. So thank you again for being here. I'm Anne-Sophie Dumetz. Connect with me, and you can head to my website, AnneSophieDumetz.com, click the Start Here button, and it'll take you to the Awaken the Changemaker Within challenge, which is really fun, really different from anything else out there, because it actually will provide a lot of true transformation and true ahas and insights. Not something that gives you a short-term, like, woo, I'm clear for one day. No, I want to create true transformation, which is actually something that gives you impact and results over time. All right. Big love, and I will talk to you again soon.